Hey, slashers and scream queens, and welcome back to the Horror Daddies,
A podcast where we talk about horror movies.
and the daddies in them.
I am your film daddy, John.
And I'm your horror daddy, Carlos.
Carlos, what movie are we watching today?
Well, definitely not men.
What a letdown.
Um,
Look, not our fault.
okay, so like what happened was we were on our way to the mall, and we were looking at times for men.
Which we did productive shopping today.
Too much, but the theater by our house didn't have any showings anymore because of fucking Top Gun. So
Yo, Top Gun literally had like the entire theater.
Yeah.
We couldn't watch, I don't know if you heard from last week, but Men by A24. We were really excited for it. And
But
thanks,
that got
Top
shot.
Gun.
Yeah, thanks Top Gun. That got shut down. So we decided to go ahead and introduce Jonathan to Hatchet because I love Hatchet.
We went from an elevated horror to like the exact opposite.
Yep. How this podcast is.
Yeah, that's how we do it.
So Hatchet from 2006, starting Victor Crowley. Victor Crowley is the killer, y'all. Starring Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley. We got Tony Todd in this movie. We got Robert Englund in this movie.
We got all the motherfuckers in here. Like,
It's like legends.
I love it. We just needed some little bit of Michael. I almost said Michael Jackson, Michael Jordan.
Michael Myers. Well, in the sequel, we get some Michael Myers, and
okay.
It'd be funny Daniel Harris is in the sequel.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We do
Myers
get that.
connection.
It would have been funny if like Laurie Strode's like a knockoff Laurie Strode shows up. That'd be pretty funny.
But this is directed and written by Adam Green, and it went through like this whole circuit of festivals. Okay, so with this movie, when I was a child, back in I don't know what years, there was this thing called Redbox.
Oh,
and
they're still around.
No, they are
somewhere at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, but I would every time I would go to Redbox, I would see like a Hatchet because they were there.
Oh,
they were
really?
always there.
Oh.
And then I was still in those moments where I was like, I don't think I can watch these movies, so I'm just not going to. And then I would come back like I don't know how much time, and then you would see like a sequel's there, and then a third one. I'm like, God damn, there's a lot of these. There's only 4, but then a couple of years ago, I was like, I'm gonna sit down and watch these.
Okay.
And I did a binge watch of all 4 movies, and what a ride! What a ride it was.
Did you enjoy the entire binge, or were you like at some points you're like, okay,
by the 4th one, I was like, okay.
Isn't that the last one, bitch? You made it to the end.
I did, but that's when I was like, but you see, they stopped at 4 movies. Like they knew.
They knew.
So, and I do love the whole how this one ends and then the second one starts like the same spot.
Yeah,
but recasted person.
It literally started, and I was like, "Wait, did it just fade to black and then started back up again?" But then I noticed they recasted the fucking main character. I'm like, "Wait, what the hell?"
Yeah, which was so much fun. So yeah, we have Kane Hodder as Victor Crowley. We have Joel David Moore as Ben. Dion Richmond as Marcus. Amara Zaragoza. Horror Daddy's not pronouncing names right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Amara Zaragoza as Mary Beth Dunstan. We have Mercedes McNabb as Misty, Perry Shen as Sean, Joel Murray as Doug Shapiro, Jaylee Fiore as Jenna, Richard Real as Jim, Patricia. That's a name, Patricia Darbo as Shannon. I almost said Patricia, but it's not Patricia. It's Patrick and then an A, Patricia. Robert.
Say this one right coming up.
Robert Englund.
There we go.
As Samson, Joshua Leonard as Ansley, Tony Todd as Reverend Zombie, and John Carl Bochler as Jack Cracker.
Yeah, there's a minor selection of characters.
Also, it's just like it's like you guys can't get Friday the 13th, so we're just gonna give you Hatchet, which I'm fine with.
Yeah, I mean, should we give it like a non-spoiler right now review of it?
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it, honestly, it's a pretty fun ride. It has a sense of humor to itself. A lot of things haven't aged very well.
No,
but it's a thing from its time. But the special effects are great. And honestly, it's a lot of fun. I thought it was gonna be like a joke, and it mostly is.
It mostly is. But
once shit gets serious, it gets fucking serious.
Right. It's like you get these shitty characters, and you don't really care for them, but the kills make up for it.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than Friday the 13th Part 3. I'll say that much.
Oh, damn. That's a good take.
I mean, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. But so let's just jump into this.
Let's go.
So we start off with Robert Englund in this movie, which is like great opening
right off the bat.
Right.
Reference.
He's a fisherman. He's fishing with his son Ansley. They're just fishing for gators. His son is like super scared. He's trying to take a piss, but Samson is his name. Robert Englund here doesn't want to dock the boat, but then his son almost gets attacked by a gator, so he ends up docking the boat. We come back, and while his son after he takes a piss, and Samson is like fucking murdered. We don't know who did it.
Yeah, he's just dead. He's just like in pieces.
Open chested and everything. And then Ansley also gets dead. He gets deaded? He gets deaded. He gets fucking slaughtered.
Yeah.
Whoever, he just gets fucking manipulated.
Yep.
I can't
just
talk.
like
It's
that.
late, y'all.
Manipulated.
He gets manipulated. He gets slaughtered. Mutilated. He gets fucking slaughtered and mutilated. And then we get the title card of Hatchet.
Yeah, and it's like simple royalty-free music and
CGI sewers and everything, and then we open up on Mardi Gras.
Mardi out of nowhere. It's like, wait, whoa, just happened? What kind of movie is
this?
And
apparently, a lot of the cast and crew are in this Mardi Gras scene. Like, they're
really?
In random places,
showing them titties.
There's a lot of boobs in this.
There's
movie.
11.
Did you count?
I'm just.
You're just watching a lot of.
I'm just gonna keep it at that.
He's been watching a lot of Stranger Things. So
it's so good.
It is. But then we meet the two of our characters and three other friends. We meet Ben, Marcus, and Buddy 1, Buddy 2, and Buddy 3.
I love that. When Carlos told me that, I was like, all right, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into. Like, this is fantastic.
Well, I was watching, I was like, so wait, they don't got names, but we're following them the whole movie. But we're not. And
nope.
No, because they're okay. So Ben is there with the four boys.
They're like in a vacation trip, and Ben had just broken up with his girlfriend.
Yeah, he misses her very, very much, and the whole movie he's just complaining about how much he misses her and the guy that did other things to her. And but Ben decides he wants to go on a boat. Ben decides he wants to go on a boat tour. And Marcus decides to tag along, and then Buddy 1, Buddy 2, and Buddy 3 just go off and do their own thing.
And that's it. That's their paycheck there.
Yep. We don't see them anymore.
Which, honestly, smart idea.
Yeah. Yeah, very smart. And then we meet Tony Todd, who's the Reverend Zombie, because he does a tour thing.
He has like a haunted house, I think it is.
Yeah.
But he's like dressed up, and they literally, like you said, they literally went, just play Candyman.
Yeah,
just don't worry about it.
Just do the voice.
And so he does this, crazy voice and everything.
But I do love that he's giving them like this very mysterious story. And like you think the story's gonna end that someone got fucking murdered and that's why he doesn't do the tours anymore.
Yeah.
Nah, he just got sued because someone banged their head and someone sued them.
He's fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I love that he gets really angry at the end.
He's
and then he's like
mad.
fucking walking the sideways carefully or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. And then they go end up at this other shop, which is Mary Lou's, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, Mary Laveau's
voodoo store, and where we meet Sean and we meet some other characters, but they don't really get introduced just yet.
Yeah, they're filming an OnlyFans video in there.
Girls Gone Wild.
This
is the time period for that.
Yeah, bro, you remember the commercials?
Yep.
Oh my! I used to stay up like watching Adult Swim, and I would just wait until that, and that was always so loud. So I always have my TV at like 10%.
That's cute.
So I could still hear it.
That's very cute. I used to just watch it volume because it was late. My mom's not gonna hear, but mine used to be the Boys Gone Wild commercials because I was excited about those ones, but I was too young for that. I just be like, oh my god, they doing this on the television.
Those commercials are wild,
yeah,
bro.
but
do you think that they like those people remember being in those videos?
I don't know if they were like scripted. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It always freaked me out.
But I remember buy two, $4.99. Something like that.
What a deal.
Anyway.
So they're filming Girls Gone Wild at Mardi Gras.
Yeah. These two girls off camera fucking hate each other.
Yeah.
You thought they were best friends? Nah, they fucking hate each other.
Like they start making out and then when they stop filming, she's like, bitch, you need to brush your teeth. Yep. Damn.
And then we meet Sean, who's the tour guide. And he's like this little Asian guy
with a black accent.
he has an accent.
But like it's like he tries to sound like kind of hood.
Yeah.
But I was confused for a second because later in the movie that accent
goes
evolves.
Away. Well, we find out also later in the movie he was doing a character for no because he was conning them for money. So they set off on this tour, but they get on a bus to get to the swamp, and this is where we meet everybody.
Yeah.
So we have Ben, Marcus, we have Mary Beth, Misty, Jenna, Doug.
We got
Jim and Shannon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Jim and Shannon are this older white couple. Super cute. I love them both.
They're so sweet.
But
and then the guy, what's his name? Doug has a camera, so he always has a fucking camera in his hand.
Yeah,
that's like part of his design.
Well, he's making the Girls Gone Wild video.
I mean, yeah, that's true. But I love that Jim asked him like, "Oh, what do you do?" And he's like, "Oh, I film videos." And he's like, "Oh, awesome! Look at us. We have a filmmaker here."
Yeah.
And he said, "What kind of movies you make?" And he's like, "Have you ever seen?" He mentioned some
Beaver, Beaver Bayo, something.
Oh, like that. Yeah, Bayo Beaver or something. Mm-hmm. And then though Shannon says, "No, I've never seen that," and Jim says, "Oh yeah." Oh wait, no, because she said no. Yeah, because it's obviously a porno.
So they get to the swamp, and Doug is telling the girls, to do some filming for them. And as they're getting on the boat, the girls take off their tops and stuff, and they start doing all these things. And then Shannon and Jim are just fucking appalled by what they're watching, and it's the funniest thing ever.
It just pans. It feels like an episode of The Office where it just pans to them like, oh.
Yeah. So they all get on the boat. This is where we get like a Crazy Ralph moment, and his name is Jack Cracker, where he's trying to warn them off, and everyone's like, "What is he saying?" Because he's so far away, and they're like, and Sean is like, "Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just ignore him. We're gonna go. It's part of the show.
Yeah, but then we kind of hear it where he's like, "You're not allowed on this swamp," and it's like, well, they're off to their doom.
Yeah, and then he literally like when they leave, he's like, "You're all gonna die."
Yep. Instead of a lake, we got a swamp.
They downgraded. They had to downgrade a little bit.
Is it a downgrade?
No, I like the swamp better.
Okay.
It's creepier.
So as they do their tour, it's a bit like nothing happens for the first 30 minutes. I will say that.
Yeah,
like
it's literally just like a montage
and just seeing these people. But I will say, compared to some other movies, this does not feel like 30 minutes went by. It feels like 10 minutes went by.
And we watched it on Tubi, which
on top of that,
if you guys have Tubi, it's there for free. And they have commercials, and honestly, it didn't even feel that bad because I was like, "Oh wow, 30 minutes already passed," and it didn't really feel like it.
I have seen movies on Tubi, and I'm like, "Oh my god, when is it gonna end?"
Yeah, I mean, watching the Scream series, like that was like I think the second movie, I was like, "Why is this movie so fucking long?"
Hot take.
I'm gonna just say, I'll be honest, but I do like. I mean, okay, the characters could easily be annoying. Like you could totally say like, they're kind of just because, of course, the two like. I guess porn stars, they're like
sex workers,
or
not even because one of they. So
I don't know.
So like we get the backstory later where Doug is like kind of he tricked them into doing this, but because they want to be like actresses, and he tricked them, and his name is not really Doug, and we also find that out later, which is really funny.
Yeah,
but
like. They're obviously like the dumb bimbos, and like Doug is just like a weirdo.
A pervert.
Like they all kind of are 2-dimensional characters, which obviously it's a low budget movie. You're not gonna, expect like the most in-depth characters. But like I enjoyed it for what it is. Like you can't take this movie too serious. Like it literally sets it off from the very beginning. It's not a very serious movie.
It's how do they say this? It's a kiss. It's just like a chef kiss to low budget 80s slasher movies.
Yeah, to like B movies. Like it's if you're expecting this movie to be some A24 type shit, don't even bother.
No, but
like really don't bother.
It's literally like a low budget slasher, but a good low budget slasher.
Yeah,
like.
And we don't even get to see him.
No, we don't see Crowley till like 40 minutes in maybe, and then when we do see him, it's like he fucks. Like,
he fucks.
Yeah.
Every time I want to say Victor Crowley, I'll go Victor Crowley.
Victor Crowley, and not Victor Crowley.
Ozzy Osbourne. That's a song. Mr. Crowley. He says Mr. Crowley.
Oh, is his name Victor?
No, I don't think so. I only know by last name.
Oh, okay.
We're not in first name basis.
No, okay, got that. So they come by Victor's house, quotation marks, because apparently the tour guide says that was his house where he died by fire, and his dad accidentally axed him in the face. We get more of that backstory later. But we also find out that that's not really the house later too, because obviously Sean is conning them for this tour. Then they shut off all the lights to see like these like mystical lights, and he's like, "Oh no, it's the ghost! It's the ghost!"
Yeah,
and
there's two of them over there.
Yeah, and this whole time, Jim and Shannon are like fucking fact checking him, which is really funny.
They're like, "No, that's like the gases from the and he's like, "Shut the fuck up! No, it is."
Yep. And then we get a quick jump scare that I missed, but I remember the music being loud, and I was like, "What happened?"
It was just that
I blinked.
It's just Victor Crowley. It's just in the bushes, and he kind of like moves. Like we barely see him.
Okay, cool.
And they're like, "Oh my god, what is that?
But
what is that?" I don't know why that always shows up in my head.
But as this is still happening, Doug is still making his movie.
Yep. He literally is like, "Who wants to be in a Halloween movie?"
Yeah.
Takes their titties out real quick. That's it. That's the scene.
Yep. And then Ben is still complaining about his ex-girlfriend to Mary Beth. We don't know who Mary Beth is just yet.
Yeah, she's like this girl that was just there.
Yep.
That's it.
And then the boat gets stuck on a rock. It starts to rain, and the boat starts to sink. And then,
I love that the tour guy is like, "No, it's not sinking. We good."
No, the water's going in there, baby. And then as the boat is sinking, Jim has the great idea to walk across his log to get to the shore.
And everyone tells him that's a terrible idea.
Yep, because as he's doing that, he gets attacked by a gator, which Mary Beth shoots. And then we're like, oh shit, Mary Beth has a gun.
Bitch, what the fuck? Where'd you get that shit?
So we're like, okay, so mysterious girl with a gun. Why is she here? And then they kill the gator. Everyone gets across. Then Doug falls in the water, almost gets get by a gator.
Yeah, because she says there's blood on the water, so all these gators it's just feeding time now.
But it's just one gator.
And I love that it's like a very slow scene of them crawling, but they're like, we have to make this intense, so royalty free, suspenseful music.
Also, why are they swimming? Because at one point one of them gets up in the water to the ankles, and I'm like, why are y'all still on the floor? But that's the magic of this movie.
It's like you don't really catch it until like they fall in, and for like a split second they stand up, and it's like, what? It's not even knee deep. Like, what the fuck?
And the boat is sinking. Like, y'all could have really stayed on that damn boat. So,
but intense music.
Yeah. So then, as they get off the boat, this is when Sean gets fucking called out. And they find out that he was conning them for money, that he's never really done this before. Only yesterday he did one. Because this part of the woods is illegal to be in because of the whole Victor Crowley myth, and like people have been going missing.
Yeah. Is this when he changes to his stereotypical Asian accent?
Yes, this is where he starts. Yes.
He switches it real fucking quick. Yeah. I was like, whoa.
This guy switches accents back and forth throughout this whole movie.
Which is funny because he's actually like a voice actor, and he's actually like a really good voice actor.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of cool stuff.
He's Takeda from Mortal Kombat X, if you guys have played it. So he's great.
So Mary Beth has a gun because she's looking for her dad and brother, which would have been Mr. Sampson and Ainsley, Robert Englund. And then that's why, and because she says that the woods aren't safe to be in. So we still don't know why.
And they treat her like she's crazy.
Yeah.
Because obviously we have one guy lie, so this other girl is like, oh, she's probably lying too, whatever. Like, she doesn't know anything. And
then she gives us Victor's backstory, where he was he had a father that took care of him. And then he would feed him every night, and he took very good care of him.
Yeah, it's like the son had a disability. Like, he has a, what is it called?
It was kind of like Jason. It's Jason Voorhees.
It's Jason's story, pretty much.
Kind of, where he got bullied by kids, and then one night the kids wanted to get a look of him because he looked very deformed and scary, and they accidentally catch the house on fire, where Victor gets stuck inside, and his dad is played also by King Hodder, which is so very meta.
I think that shit is some Eddie Murphy type shit. Yeah. Like, he's a dad and the son
and the killer. And then as he's trying to hatchet the door down, Victor gets so close to the door that he accidentally hits Victor in the face, which is why he has that scar on his face.
Did we say that they set the house on fire?
Yeah. The kids set the house on fire. And then that's when Victor presumably dies, and then that the dad was very depressed for the next 10 years until he passed away.
And that bitch went ghost. Like, that shit, he faded away.
He faded away. And then that's when the killings and the disappearance started happening. And then they're saying that Victor Crowley, basically, he's dead, but like his spirit lives on in the forest where he died because of I don't know.
It's fucking horror movie,
but I love it.
It's like literally the Jason, where it's like Jason is like the myth in the swamp or in the camp, I guess. It's literally the same thing, but it's great.
What if Pamela had like 2 sons and Victor was one of them, and then the dad took Victor, moved away, and named and gave himself the last name Crowley?
Pamela's like, you're gonna keep this one, and then you can have Jason for the weekends. That's it. But
then, you know, Jason dies by water and Victor by fire. How can we use that?
Oh, shit. Not the Freddy versus Jason reference.
Oh, okay. I'm done now.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
Oh, no.
So they come across Victor's actual house because they were there the whole time.
Yeah, I love that she just points. It's right there.
And it's like, y'all didn't see that.
And I just love that it just pans and it's there and there's lightning. It's like so cheesy. I love it.
So they have to pass the house in order to get to a road.
Yeah.
Which they start heading towards the house, all of them. And then they all kind of they're all arguing also throughout this whole movie.
Yeah, they're not like each other.
No.
And then obviously you got the 2 sex workers like bickering with each other.
Yep.
They're called, what is it? Syphilis and
yeah, that one caught something and then the other, I don't know.
It's a mess, a whole ass mess.
But then they all kind of get freaked out and decide not to keep moving. But then Jim and Shannon keep moving because Jim's leg is bitten and Shannon's just trying to get him some help. And she starts calling for help and she doesn't know what's about to come out of this door.
Yeah, they don't believe her that that's Mr. Crowley's house.
Yep.
Like, Mr. Crowley's just a myth. So she's like, oh, someone lives there, obviously.
Yep.
Even though there's no door, but whatever.
But Mr. Crowley does appear out of the house, jump scare, and he takes Jim and he starts axing him in half by the neck, like slice him down, and he splits him with not the axe, the hatchet.
And it's fucking gruesome.
Yeah, like the special effects in this movie are amazing.
Yeah, like, and he's just going to town. But like the thing is that he is like instantly killed. Like, he don't fuck around like Michael Myers where he's like hiding in the corner.
Nah, he comes out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, but instead of the like the kiki mama, we get the daddy
chill.
Daddy.
I was hoping he would go ta 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 ti 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 ta 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 ti ti ti.
Love that. So yeah, and then he grabs Shannon. And I think this one's. I'm not gonna spoil it, but I love this one because he grabs her by the face and he does the whole Godzilla and Kong thing where like he grabs her by her mouth and then like splits her by the mouth, the jaw,
he
whatever.
Literally rips the top of her head from her bottom jaw.
Kind of like Kong did in that one movie to the T-Rex.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I mean, who's ever seen that?
and then the tongue is moving at the same time.
Yeah, it's like,
which actually sells it really well. Because I was like, it could look really fake. That shit looks so good.
And that's the thing with this movie. Like, the acting may not be the best, and these characters may be like the worst people ever, but these kills make up for it. Chef's kiss.
I literally was just like, whoa, like it like blew my fucking dick. Like, I was like, wow, this is amazing.
Yep. And so everyone starts running away and Doug kind of gets split from the group, which not a good idea.
I mean, he's afraid. He's just trying to run, which I get it.
I get it. And then Marcus ends up on a tree and he sees that there's civilization, but so they try to head that way, even though it's going to be far. And then Doug, he gets fucking Victor Crowley. Because he gets caught by
Crowley.
How does Doug gets the neck twist. So like Victor twists his neck
and cracks his neck, but you see it like all the way through, and it looks so fucking good because you see the skin on the neck and it's like all twisted
and it's twisting.
It's so good. And then he literally just pops his head out and just throws it like
another amazing kill. So then as everyone adventures out, as they're still fucking arguing throughout this whole fucking forest, and they all want to fight each other, they end up finding Doug's camera bag where they find his wallet and his name was actual Samuel, not Doug, and that he pretended to be this pervert. He's pretending to be this pervert just to get his own video collection of girls.
Wait, okay, at first I thought like, he has a stage name. Like, I didn't catch it because I was like, I mean, that's common where people use a stage name and they're like, hey, like, I have my serious stuff, but my stage name, I would do like, the porn on the side.
Yeah.
So that's what I thought at first, but then they were like, he's just trying to get our collection. And I was like, okay, I guess. He's just a weirdo.
So they,
of course, this Misty, which is one of the sex workers, goes, I can't believe I fell for this. This is the third time it's happened. I'm like, of course.
Yeah, Misty's like the super dumb blonde, and I enjoyed her character a lot.
And she's fun.
Yeah.
And then, this is when we reveal that the tourist guy also was faking a second accent.
Oh, yeah.
And he's actually doesn't have an accent at all. Like, he just sounds like very,
normal.
Like, not normal, but like,
Yeah, no, that's
like,
wrong word. Wrong choice of words. I apologize. So he has like a southern. He tries to have like a southern black accent. Then he tries to have like an actual Asian accent, but then he sounds like American.
Yeah, like just typical, like born and raised.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was born and raised in Detroit.
Yeah, he says that. I forgot because then they're like, "Oh, you're not even from here. You don't even know where we are."
Yeah. And he's like, "Bro, I was just trying to get a gig. This didn't happen yesterday."
Yeah.
But I love that Marcus goes, "Any motherfucker here lying to me, I'll kill you myself." And he's like looking at everybody, and I was hoping the tourist guy went, "I'm actually from Russia." He just has a whole different accent.
He just keeps changing characters.
I would have loved that. He has like, you never know where he's from.
Yeah. But Jenna is crying a storm because she's scared. Then they find Doug's body, but then they hear Misty's phone, which is playing "I Don't Want to Wait for Our Lives to Be Over," and I just thought a scary movie.
You sound like an angel and Fergie combined into one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So when they find Misty's phone, they're trying to call the police.
Oh, Jesus.
And Misty's like, "My phone, it's not working. Do they have another area code we can call?" No, bitch, the number is 911.
He's like, "Are you sure? Because it's not working."
They don't have another area code, you sure?
Oh, Misty.
And then she says, "Oh, I gotta call the police so they can send the cops." And Jenna's like, "It's the same thing." And she's like, "No, it's not. The police get and they send the cops." It's like, okay.
God bless her soul.
I know.
We love Christy.
But
Misty, sorry.
Misty. And Mary Beth and Ben head inside Victor's house. They're looking for this is when she finds her dad and brother. Because they're trying to find weapons, but this is where she finds her dad and brother, and she has a breakdown here.
They're like literally all their pieces are just everywhere.
Yeah,
he just collects them as like house decor.
Yep, and then we cut to everyone else outside, and they're scared of a bush, but it turns out to be a cute little raccoon, and it's like a 3-4 minute scene of them being scared of this damn bush.
It's literally so long. It's like it's literally the coffee scene from the first Friday the 13. Jesus, I couldn't say that.
And then this is when Victor takes Jenna, like there's a jump scare. He takes Jenna and he starts sawing her or sanding her neck or something.
Yeah, is it like a sand, like a sander?
I don't know, but she's missing the bottom of her jaw after this.
Yeah,
and
I wonder if he had an extension cord and where the fuck did he plug that? Because
it could be battery. There's big
that's
battery
true.
power.
I guess
ones.
That's true. That's fair.
I don't know where he got the batteries from, but whatever.
He goes to Home Depot on the weekends.
Maybe. So then Mary hits him with a shovel, gets him off Jenna, but that's kind of too late. And then Sean tries to be a hero and tries to grab the shovel to get Crowley, but then Crowley gets a hold of him and then he decapitates him with the shovel.
They puts it right on his neck and he just fucking steps on it.
Yep.
And his head just boop.
And then
everywhere.
he grabs Jenna and then he like takes her body and just stabs her with the shovel and just pushes her down until he kills her.
And the scene where she's crawling away from him and her jaw is like kind of falling and you see her gargling her own blood. Like it sounds horrific.
It's good.
It's really good.
And then as everyone's running, they're trying to figure out where to go. They say they got to keep running. Now he's going to keep coming after them. And then he jump scares them again. And then they hit him again with another shovel and they keep running. And
all them shovels, that's the weapon of the movie.
Yep. I mean, I've seen what a shovel can do. So the plan is to kill him by fire and burn him alive to death.
Then he turns into Freddy Krueger.
Well, they head back to his house, which I was like, why are you going back there?
Because like, fucking go somewhere else.
Right. But he has fuel. So for some reason, the fuel didn't blow up and burn when the house burned down. Who knows? And this is when Misty gets murdered off screen. Like her head just gets thrown in the house and everyone's like, whoa.
What the fuck just happened? And her torso gets thrown off as well. I'm like, whoa, Poor Misty just got untreated unfairly.
I know. And then Victor runs into the house and starts fighting Ben. This is when Mary Beth jumps on his back, and then Ben like bathes him in gasoline. Mm-hmm. They start burning him, but then here comes the plot rain, and the plot rain burns the fire away. Washes the fire away.
Yep. I mean, obviously, whenever it's convenient, God is always there to help.
Yep. Always there to lend a hand. So they start to run away. They're trying to get away again. It's just Marcus, Ben, and Mary Beth at this point.
And is this when Victor Crowley grabs the gate?
Oh no! In a few minutes. So they get to the cemetery.
Yes.
Where they're trying to find an exit. Victor surprises them. They start kind of running away and fighting him off. This is when he kills Marcus he like squishes him a little, gives him a tight hug, then rips off his arms. But he's not done there. He grabs him by the legs and just slams him across the fucking wall.
Bitch, he dead. Like,
he just blows his head. Like he double kills everybody. He makes sure that they are dead.
Yeah, they're not dead enough. Like they gotta extra kill them. I felt like this movie is like Victor Crowley does fatalities.
Yeah,
for like a good 30 minutes.
Yeah,
like,
love it.
It's pretty great. It again looks great. Like I do love the insert shots of like blood throwing it at a random tree.
Oh yeah,
that's been from the very beginning of the movie all the way through. It's great.
It's just guts and blood just flying at trees.
And it's I think the same shot. Like everything is different.
It's just in different angles. And then this is when it has to. I told it has to be like a Jason Lives reference because he grabs one of the fence rods or poles or whatever, and he throws it, I guess, and it lands on Ben's foot.
We don't see him throw it; it just lands on his foot.
Yeah,
so he must have javelined that shit on this guy.
Yeah, he javelined that bitch, and then it stabs him in the foot. And as Victor's running towards them, Mary Beth is like, "Push the pole down with your knee," and I'm like, What is that gonna do? But Victor Crowley, I guess, doesn't know to turn.
He only runs on a straight line.
Yeah, once he starts running, he can't turn.
Can't stop
because he just runs straight to the pole and it just gets him right through the neck or the chest. And
I think he got straight to the chest.
Yeah. And then Marcus gets his face like splattered with blood because Victor coughs up blood, and he also like spit in his mouth.
He spit in his mouth earlier, which was so fucking. It was like cum in his mouth.
It was very like
cummy. It was very cummy.
That and they do it in another movie. The Hills Have Eyes. They do that in that movie.
I used to be terrified of that movie.
Yep, that Victor kind of reminds me of those people too. Actually,
I feel like this is like hot take, but I think this is way more entertaining than The Wrong Turn.
Yeah. It was.
Okay, cool. I was like, I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I actually really enjoyed this one.
No, it was. Wrong Turn had better actors, but
true.
The kills were kind of cool, but they don't top this one.
No. What do you think about the head one and the tree?
That was super cool.
That was like sick.
But the thing is that one then turns CGI, and this one, these don't.
They're all practical.
They don't use CGI in these kills.
Yeah, that's true. They're all practical. Mm-hmm. So you gotta respect it. You gotta put some respect on Mr. Crowley's name.
They put hard work into those kills. So they run again as we believe that Victor is dead, and they get on a boat, and it's happy, beautiful. A movie's about to end music, and we're like, we've seen this a couple times.
Yeah, with all these fucking references to Jason, there's no way this movie's over.
Yeah, and then Victor Crowley pops out of the water and grabs Mary Beth and sinks her down. She's starting to drown because she's stuck on a branch. And then we see that Ben is trying to grab for her. And then it cuts back down to her. And when she finally grabs Ben's hand, it was fucking just Victor holding his arm. Which I'm like, where's the blood going?
Yeah. Like,
why is there no blood falling in the water?
What is happening? And then she turns around and he's fucking Ben without her arm.
Yeah, Ben just fucking dies there. And then I did forget, but it's like, this movie is just him looking at her screaming and she's screaming back and he's shaking her and it just fucking just cuts.
Cuts to black. Yeah. That's it. That's the end of the movie.
And you're like, what happened? What happened? But I will say, a spoiler for this, the sequel starts off right here. Yeah. And I love that.
I love that literally, like he puts it on and I'm like, wait, she just got recasted?
Yeah, she got recast. It's Daniel Harris in the second one, which I like.
So this is in a different world. This is a multiverse.
Yeah. Well, I told them it's like, okay, so if you think about it, Mary Beth was the daughter of Samson. Okay, so here we go. Now that she got recasted to Daniel Harris, okay, here we go now. Daniel Harris, the niece of Michael Myers, is the daughter of Freddy Krueger, who fought Jason, who is now Victor Crowley.
Shut the fuck up, bitch.
And Candyman just happens to be up in there
just
somewhere.
chilling. He's like, bitch, I'm a ghost. Yo, he got me confused.
Yeah.
But that was Hatchet.
That was Hatchet. This episode was even shorter than last week's.
Bitch.
And a better movie.
This is what happens when we do a last minute episode because somebody got to take up. Thanks, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, fine ass Tom Cruise got to take up the whole theater.
Which I heard the movie's amazing. So go watch it. Let us know.
And I mean, I've seen the thirst traps in that movie, so I get it. But yeah, that was Hatchet, which was honestly very fun. I'm glad we got to do this.
Yeah, I'm excited for the other
very
ones.
last minute. I do apologize about the men thing again. So
That ain't
Hatchet,
your fault, boo.
I know Hatchet. So Hatchet was in the schedule for later.
Yeah.
But I'll just replace it with men. So when Hatchet's supposed to happen, men will happen. Would that make sense? Hatchet Men.
Whenever Men drops somewhere,
Because it's like we could have went to another theater, but
it was
farther, and I was like, nah.
and it was later too. So
Yeah,
we were gonna get home super late.
Nah. So again, I apologize.
And
Hopefully
we had
you
to
guys
watch Stranger
enjoyed-
Things too.
Oh yeah, Stranger Things. So I'm still not done with it, but I hope you guys enjoyed this episode again. I had a really fun time watching this movie. Let's jump into our reviews.
Yeah. So like every movie, we like to do good reviews and bad reviews for Hatchet. Something that we find funny, that we can relate, whatever.
Yep.
So Carlos, you want to start?
So my 5-star review comes from Letterboxd as per usual, and this person wrote, "It's an absolute blast." Oh, 5-star by the way. "It's an absolute blast from the beginning to end. A true throwback to 80s slasher films. A hell of a good time. God, I fucking cherish this series. Victor Crowley lives."
Okay. And then what's your 1-star?
My 1-star review reads, "Kills were insanely good. LMAO. Worst movie ever. I loved it so much."
Bro, this motherfucker has problems. He went through 3 different emotions in one sentence.
Love it.
Well, my 5-star review says, "This is Jason Multiverse." Which is true. There's a whole different.
Honestly, a Jason versus Victor would be fucking great.
But
both played by Kane Hodder.
Yes, I was just about to say that. That'd be so fantastic.
Yep, both played by Kane Hodder.
Oh, that would be so good. And then I would love if Pamela Voorhees is like on his like shoulder, like, "Oh, do this," and then the dad
Victor
has his dad. That'd be fantastic.
Either that or has to be another like popular Jason guy playing.
Oh, that would be a good one. That would be very good. We can make that shit happen.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Call me.
Well, not for Jason, because they be suing everybody. And then my 1-star review, it says, Hatchet, 1 star. More like Ratchet. Boom. I don't know why I really enjoyed those 2 reviews.
Oh God.
But Carlos, if you were to rate this out of 5 knives, how many knives would you give it?
I gave this a 3.
Okay.
Because it's in that zone. Okay, so I tell him all the time, I suck at rating movies.
Yes, he goes, "I liked it. 5 stars." It's like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't really like doing half stars either. I either go, and my ratings are, if you go on my Letterboxd, some are 2s, some 4s, but I'm very solid with a 1, 3, or 5. Either I hated it, I liked it, or I loved it. So with this one, I gave it a 3 because it's a fun movie that you can just put on and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Fall asleep to it. Wake up with screams and then go back to sleep to it. Put it on while you're cleaning or doing anything, and then just stop when there's a kill happening and then continue with what you were doing.
That's true.
It's just one of those like just comfort movies, and I feel like the whole series is the same way. So that's why I gave it a 3-star.
So I like to review movies, and I always think about this. I always think of acting, the characters, story, cinematography, and I guess just like the overall, I guess for a horror movie, like special effects. So acting, not great. Cinematography, not existent. The kills, fantastic, right? Story, non-existent. So I gave this movie a 2.5 because I do think it's enjoyable.
That's fair.
But don't think I'm gonna revisit this movie again.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fine.
But I am glad I watched it, and I'm excited for the other ones just to see. I'm just curious now. But I honestly think it's a movie that everyone should watch just for the hell of it. Watch it with friends and just talk shit or do whatever. Just enjoy it for what it is, to be honest. And like your review said, like it's a love letter pretty much to like these like low budget movies, and it does a really good job with it. So it's just a fun movie. It's literally just a fun movie.
And you know, we got a lot of our slasher icons come from the 80s and even some from the 90s. And Victor Crowley came at a time where it was just torture porn.
Yeah, torture porn and like, remakes, right?
And remakes, and we get this Hatchet, which is only 4 movies, and honestly, they could have probably made more if they wanted to.
True.
And he's become an icon from basically the 2000s.
Yeah,
and he's probably like the only one that I would say it's like a slasher 2000s icon.
I was gonna say, what, the Bloody Valentine was in the 2000s?
He was 2001, but I mean,
yeah, 2000s.
He's a little forgettable.
Really? There's a fucking Toons. Oh wait, no, Hatchet has a Toons toy, doesn't he? Oh wow, then damn. Hatchet
has a Neckuffs toy. Hatchet has toys out there.
Oh damn, okay. I know he has a fan base.
Well.
Is it the Miner?
Oh, the Miner's from the 80s.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The remake's in the 2000s.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking.
You're thinking of Valentine?
Yes.
From 2001?
That one.
Which is like the Cupid phase?
Yes.
I mean, he's all right. The movie was okay.
Okay.
He was hot as fuck, though. I would say that. He was played by I forgot his name, but he played Angel in the Buffy series.
Okay, gotcha. I think, I don't know his name. But yeah, I guess you're right. I think I know we have The Collector as well, which is like 2000s, but like I know he's more obscure than, I think there's a bigger fan base for Hatchet.
Yes.
Than
I would say, yeah.
Collector.
And I feel like Collector's more the 10s.
Yeah.
I think they came out in the
10s. I think the first movie is 2010.
2009.
Okay, yeah.
But it's close enough. But Hatchet, whatever.
Just close your eyes and say it's 2010. It's fine. Same year. Nothing happened. But
my point is that he's like the Jason of the 2000s.
Yeah, and honestly, I would love to see like a bigger budget of this, and just to see how well they could do it. Because I know a lot of movies, like, what if you put in more money? It could ruin, like Jason. I feel like it does very well with the low budgetness from the first couple movies.
Yeah.
And then if you put in more, like the remake, it loses the magic.
And here's the problem with that. I don't know. Okay, well, here's the thing with that remake. And we're going to go off the rails because, I mean, we have time. It's a short episode. That remake, the first 20-15 minutes of that movie are
incredible.
I was like, oh my god, they're doing justice here.
And Jason's fucking scary. He is chasing your ass, like.
And then it's like it gets you excited for the rest of this movie, and then I don't know what happened. I don't know what they're like. We got the movie, but goddamn, we got an hour left. Well, let's just throw stuff in here, and it's like, what happened?
Yeah, like cuts to like a whole different kid.
And I kind of like the third act where like you think this girl is spoiler alert, you think this girl's the final girl, but she's really not, and it's like they did this where they crammed the first 4 movies into one movie.
Yeah, I think that's the problem.
It could have worked,
yeah,
but it's just those characters after the 15 minutes of wonderfulness, it just died off.
Yeah,
like you didn't like them. It's like it got boring for a bit. And
was it Chris Hemsworth in this one?
No, that's the Cabin in the Woods.
Oh, what? Oh, isn't one of the guys from Supernatural, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
the other guy from Supernatural was in my Bloody Valentine remake.
Oh Jesus, it's all like a I'm telling you, the horror genre is just a multiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see a higher budget for this one, but keeping, I just my fear of that is that they're gonna rely on CGI,
and I don't want that.
Exactly. Like they need to keep it or mix both of them to blend it perfectly. But it might lose that magic that makes the movie. Do the special effects hold up later in the series?
From what I remember, it keeps up. The quality of the movie may get, it may slightly go down or stay the same as this one. but the kills stay on point.
Okay. Yeah, because like this
From
movie,
what I remember,
this movie also doesn't take itself serious. Like it does it right off the bat. So it's like I immediately wasn't like, oh, why is it super goofy? Like this is so dumb.
That's another thing with the sequels. If I remember, the jokes start getting stupider and stupider,
and that's a problem. Like it's like Sharknado, where the first movie they were trying to do it like very serious, but it came out really goofy. What made it funny.
And then they realized what they were doing, and they just kept doing it and doing it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Velocipaster, same shit. They know it's I can't stand that movie because they know that movie was just a meme, and they're like, look at how stupid this is.
I can't wait. I want to cover it because the pastor is like super hot, and like he turns into a velociraptor, which is like a fucking dream of mine.
His dream is to have sex and then be like, oh my god, you're a velociraptor.
Yeah, like speaking of that, can't wait for next week.
Oh, next
which
week's
is
gonna
not
be
the
good.
which is not the velocipastor,
no,
but it's dinosaurs. But yeah. I mean, if Victor Crowley comes back, I wouldn't say no to it.
Oh, you know what would be good? Like a different Freddy Krueger, like a low budget Freddy Krueger that can go against Victor Crowley. I would love like a low budget Jason versus Freddy.
We would get the Jason versus Freddy we never got.
I would love that shit. That would be so cool.
I mean, if Kane Hodder obviously plays Victor.
Yeah, true. I feel like
What if like Robert Englund comes back and like he's like, I'm not really dead.
He's like,
you thought you killed me, but I came back as
a dream.
No. We gotta call it something else. So it doesn't. It's like Victor's like Jason, but we're not really.
I'm a hallucination ghost.
Yeah, I'm a hallucination.
I'm gonna make you hallucinate. You're deaf. Something really dumb, but like it could work. I feel like that could be. I would love like a universe, like an MCU, but with like low budget horror characters.
And then we need Daniel Harris's character to have like an uncle that's crazy, and he just loves to wear this white mask, and he comes to defend her against Victor.
Oh my god!
Let me stop.
Yo, let's make this shit happen. That would be so dope.
Yeah, but okay. Favorite kill? We haven't even done that.
I'm sorry. I was having fun with the conversation. Favorite kill? Shannon.
Yeah,
Shannon was the best. That head rip was so believable because I love. Okay, this is something that I need to give it props. The way it was shot was we see Victor holding Shannon's head, like the actress's head, and what happened?
The head.
Oh, bitch, right here.
For those of you watching on YouTube, here's a demonstration.
So imagine this is her actual head, right? It kind of like does a 360. And obviously there's a cut right behind Victor's back, and then it goes to a fake prop head, and then he literally just like rips it open, and like it's just like it's shot so smoothly that you don't really you don't give it time to process, and like you don't see the cut either, so it's an invisible cut, and it just cuts to like a pretty realistic prop head, and just with the shaky cam, the blood squirting, and then the tongue wiggling everywhere. What'd that mouth do, Shannon? And nothing. Apparently ripped wide open. Yeah. And I think it's a really great shot, perfectly executed, and honestly, a lot of props for that.
Yeah. And even her husband, like he gets cut in like fuck.
You can do it.
Diagonally. Wow. You see, every day for y'all like that don't know me out here, I'm fine the whole day. I'm fine at work. I'm fine during my normal, outside of podcasting hours. The minute I sit here, I get nervous. I don't know why. And I'm not that maybe I'm not even nervous. I just can't. I start like, I don't know what I'm saying.
To be fair, we were watching Stranger Things and you fell asleep. We were watching Stranger Things and I see his eyes closed. I'm like, are you asleep? And he's like, no. And then something emotional is happening. And then all I hear is, okay. And I'm like, bitch, did Freddy get you?
I was a little tired. And I do love that I fell asleep. But the minute I heard Dear Billy, I woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Which was the name of the episode. But anyways, and it's okay. Anyway.
So he got cut diagonally.
Yeah, he got cut diagonally, and that looked really cool because he kind of grabs the arm part and just throws it, and then the other part just falls on the floor.
And he's just standing there, and like it doesn't. I don't know. It just didn't look like fake to me. It looked like pretty legit, and it was pretty. I mean, all the kills are top quality, except Misty. Unfortunately, Misty got the shitty one.
I wonder if it just didn't look good and they're like, just put it off screen. But also it was used kind of like as a surprise because they were looking for him and then out of nowhere they look over towards her and she's dead. Yeah. Or she's gone.
Which would surprise me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know how creative the kills get afterwards, but like all of these were pretty creative. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I don't know how much more you can do for like the budget.
I think it's pretty cool. I feel like if I remember, they stay pretty creative. Cool. Mm-hmm. Okay. He's Victor Crowley's very like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna murder you
in many make sure ways. You're dead. Yeah. He's the Picasso of the fucking horror genre.
Yeah. Daddy of the movie.
Daddy of the movie. Oh man, I'm gonna say Tony Todd, even though he was there for 5 seconds. Okay. He's the daddy of the movie. Every time I see him, he's always mine.
I'm gonna give it to the Victor Crowley because he gave no fucks.
Do I look like I give a fuck? Because I don't.
Nope. He said, "Y'all in my swamp. Get the fuck off my swamp."
He's a Shrek.
He's Shrek.
He's just Shrek. He's like rated R Shrek.
Yeah, he's Shrek, but he's what Shrek didn't do to the other characters. Victor Crowley will do.
I would love to see that. I would love to see an edit where, like, you know how like the fairy tales go into the swamp and Shrek opens the door, but it's Hatchet. That would be so great. Oh. Okay, and then is there a quote of the movie? I don't think there was like that many quotes.
They say some dumb shit.
I do love the oh my god, I can't remember. It was like syphilis, and then she's like, "You are syphilis," and she's like, "Bitch, that doesn't even make any sense."
Nothing made sense. Nothing made sense. Oh, there's this one. It says, "By the way, your woo is not so hot in the moment," and then Missy goes, "Yeah, well, your nipples are dumb."
Next time someone body shames me, I'll be like, "Well, your nipples are dumb." That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Oh, and then the 911 it says, "Are you sure the number is 911?" Well, what else would it be, dumbass? Well, how would you know if it's well, how should I know if it's the cell? Maybe you should have it to type in a different area code.
Oh, Misty. She isn't the brightest.
Okay.
Love her.
But that was Hatchet. I honestly, again, apologize for not, doing men. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Yeah. And then next week, which I am utterly and overly excited for, and I cannot wait, we are doing our Jurassic Park / World ranking.
A whole ranking.
Our first ranking. And I'm glad it's this series because this series is dear to my heart. We will have a special guest, Miss Sherilyn Matthews, the Dino Queen.
Ooh.
And I claim the Dino King title.
Okay, let's go. I can be the Dino Jester in the side. Yeah. Just making jokes.
And then, we never done a ranking, so I don't know what format we will do it in.
We've been thinking like a nice organized one. That we can all have a conversation within.
As you know, we're not very organized here.
Yeah, but we can try. We'll try.
So, because it is 3 of us, and usually with rankings is one person, and they do it themselves. But since there's 3 of us, and I don't know how much different we are all going to be. That's another thing. We don't know each other's rankings of yet. We won't know until we start recording. So there's gonna be maybe some
some hot takes, maybe some fighting. I don't know.
So we're thinking I think
the first one is low tier.
Hey bitch, what's up, bitch? Suck my dick, bitch.
So we were thinking of starting maybe from the newest movie and work our way down and just name where we would put that movie as we go down each movie and talk about them, like favorite kills, favorite scenes, what we didn't like, what we did like, whatever.
And I'll try to do like a visual representation if you're watching it, so that way we know where all the movies land. Where
we stand.
Yeah, but we're all obviously playing it by ear, so it depends how we can do it.
So join us next week for that. I cannot wait again. And then after that, we're gonna do Dominion, which is the new movie, and then we'll maybe see where we put Dominion at. But I personally, when I watch a movie once and it's new, I could say it's number 1 just because it's fresh and it's new, and I was like, oh, that was so exciting. But then after rewatches, that will also obviously change.
You know what's funny? It's true that you do that where you're like, oh, this movie was fantastic, like if you really like it, but you didn't do that for Halloween Kills. You kind of left like
Yep.
You kind of left like That was a movie.
Yep. It wasn't how I left after 2018.
No, not at all.
No, it was sad.
This movie is looking good.
I can't wait.
I can't wait. High expectations.
It's like, well, I'm not gonna say it'll spoil the ranking, but yeah, can't wait. So join us for that, and remember,
Victor Crowley lives. Victor Crowley lives.
Horror
see you in your
Daddies.
dreams.